Oh, look at you. Oh, I can't believe how beautiful you are. So, that is a weird way to start a stream, and I'm going to walk back on it a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm just going to adjust the position of my microphone a bit there. My microphone just a bit there. I'm going to refine the phone position. Hello. Can you hear me? What's my voice like? Well, not in terms of the quality of my voice in real life. I mean, in terms of compared to the sound of the game. Its volume is what I'm looking for. But nobody's here yet, so let's just press on. As you can see, I'm off to the Rapture for now, and then there'll be a bit of Knuckles afterwards. Everybody's gone to the Rapture and Knuckles. Hello, Stivianus. Hello. Oh gosh. Hello, Kedjerka Spies. No. Kedge Circ Spies. Kedge Spies. Hello, Kairu. Oh, don't worry about that, Kairu. I am going to fill you in on what's going on. It's not the sort of game where you necessarily have to see part 1. Oh dear, I've gone and filled myself up with Kaiser Cage Spicer. Ooh. Now we've had a lovely dinner that Abby put together based on her dad's recipe. Do you remember when Jeff was here the other day? That's just gone up on Bulma Boop's button, so if you missed him, then you can see. So, basically, Kairu, we're in a place, and something odd is going on in the place, but don't worry about, you've missed it, or whatever. Oh, I did wonder, but I wasn't sure. Don't worry about that. Instead, we are just exploring a village and getting little tonal senses of what's going on. And I'll fill you in on what's going on. Basically, look how nice it is here. Here we are in this lovely place called Shropshire, which is a real place. I don't know how closely modelled it is, but yeah, we're looking at very nice... Look! And these are the sorts of houses that really exist in the UK, and the sorts of environs, although all of the houses in this particular village have masses of just garden all around them. That's a little bit of an exaggeration even for a nice countryside-y place, I'm sure. Maybe not. Hi, Achilos. So, what we're doing is we're exploring this place and we're looking for Twinkly Inklies. And the Twinkly Inklies give us... they unlock little memory snippets of things that have gone on that have left this place completely deserted. And basically the story that we've gleaned so far, and it's not one of those like this happened then this happened, you're gleaning as you go along, and what we've gleaned is that at first the village thought that there was a some sort of a flu epidemic. Thanks, Abby. And they were wrong about it being the flu. The local doctor was the first to really admit this to himself. That I paused there because I thought that meant that everyone else admitted it to the doctor later on, but no, you know what I mean. The doctor was the first one to sort of openly say, this is not flu, but he said it to himself in his own little private records because he had caught the thing, and he was coughing up and mostly sneezing up blood, and in it, Kaiser Kaispizer, and in it there was some sort of magic. There was sort of light twirling around in it. Yes, okay, that's enough about how to pronounce Kaiser Kaispizer now. Yeah, he coughed up a load of blood into tissues, and there was this crawling lines of what he called liquid light in it. And, gross, right? But that seems to have been affecting everybody, including the birds and animals, just everything, well, certainly the birds, because that's been mentioned specifically, but I take it was supposed to mean everything, has been infected by this stuff. Now, meanwhile, we're chasing round these sort of curly-twirly light things, right? And they're leading us from memory to memory of, like, the people who were here just before this went down. I'm just going to switch to a different audio input for the speakers, because the surround sound in this is very good and really helps to orient yourself. Oh, there we go. I'm in a... Oh, you need to play this if you've got a surround setup, because I'm in the middle of these tweetly birds right now. And I can use the speakers to figure out where things are. Yeah, so there's been this outbreak. It's terrible. Everyone seems to basically be gone. I'm not very good at finding out where to go, am I? I'm right back to where I began. Oh dear. And I feel like there was another thing to tell you. Oh, there was a priest guy who... Oh, well, I don't know, a priest guy. Some sort of vicar of some sort of religion man. And he was going round all of the people in the village, and sort of, trying to be nice to them, and they were all worrying about what was going on. Right, no, I'm completely lost. I seem to be totally boxed in this tiny little space. Oh, I know, I've got to go through the house, and... Oh, no! I've got total access to the other side of the house. Oh! Well, that was a good stream, wasn't it? Bye! Or something. Where am I supposed to go? This is the first time in this game that I've found myself kind of lost and locked in like this. It's always been... It's felt very open up till now. How did I get here? Oh. Hi, Harpesian. There's a little musical sting there, as if to imply that I was uncovering something new, but I don't think I was. Okay, so perhaps I've got to journey through the house and out the other side of it. No, I've got... Oh, no problem getting there. I mean, I don't think. Anyway, let's try it. Yeah, no, that's exactly where I was just a minute ago, being lost. Okay, so ignore this. Oh, I Ender Eagle. I'm back too. So, how's my levels? How's my volumes? My ding dang dongs. Oh, where am I supposed to go? Can anybody remember who was here at the previous stream? Oh, maybe if I followed this all the way out to that gate. Here we go. Here we go. Look how lovely it is here. So it's a real shame that everybody's under the Rapture, really. Oh,
just for a few days, yeah. First thing in the morning. I don't want the kids to catch this flu that's going around.
That was the other thing I was going to tell you.
Father Jeremy, spreading it around while he tries to bully everyone into donations for the summer fete.
Seems very quiet in the village, actually.
Oh,
not much bullying to be done.
I'm just seeing these memories in ghosty form.
Clearly. Listen, I came up here to tell Amanda that we've had some vandalism in the village.
Vandalism.
Tagging, I think they call it. Someone's painting all over the doors and things.
Oh, Spanky.
Little vandals.
Oh, yes, we saw that.
Well, I'll tell Neil to make sure we're properly locked up when we go.
A good man like my Eddie, God. And these thugs and yobs running around defacing property. He gave everything to his country, and look what he got in return, nothing but an early death.
He had a good life, Wendy.
He had a short life. I look to my birds, Father. Lives lived unencumbered, free and simple. That's as God meant things to be.
Now, when I was watching back the first stream that I did earlier today, I noticed that there was really drastically unpleasant echo on all of the cutscene dialogue like that, as my microphone picked up on the dialogue. Now, I thought what I was going to do was switch it off, but because Abby's here working very hard beside me, I thought she might want to say the occasional thing, so I've plugged in the bigger microphone.
Yes, hello.
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 Hello, Abby. But unfortunately what that means is that...
Yeah! Spanky Rex is getting the chili dog today.
Yeah. It means that I can't just switch off the microphone, and I hope that it's not echoing quite as bad, because the only way to stop it echoing is to talk. But then I'd be talking over the dialogue, and this is a game where you have to find out what the dialogue is by hearing it. So, that's a bit... Let me see who played Wendy there. I recognise her voice. Oh yeah, Susan Brown again. Yes, we've already looked her up. so I guess I don't recognise her voice. Spanky, I can't do it. There's no mute. There's no... You know, I mean, I could unplug it from the USB port, I suppose. Yeah, like when I had the headset on, I do have a mute button, but right now, no. And this is going to be an ongoing problem for various games, isn't it? I'll have to come up with some way to fix this. Okay, so now you've seen what the ghosty things look like. Also, I'm looking for these kind of balls of light. Normally, they're not difficult to find, but I seem to have... Where's that beeping coming from? The balls of light have a particular traily effect on them, which has started to manifest in various places. Someone dropped a bucket of paint and it just fell in the shape of the pattern. And that thing that we're talking about, vandalism, we've seen sort of an infinity sign. Oh, Abby!
Oh, that's a good treehouse.
Yeah.
Yep.
See if we... Oh,
Up there.
it's up there.
Bye, Spanky.
See you, Spanky. Spooky, isn't it?
Ooh, you can poke the radios, remember?
Every computer in the observatory.
Oh.
Oh.
Every computer in the observatory.
Oh, it's because I'm letting go of my controller to put my hands over the microphone to see if that works, and that switches it off because of the hair trigger on the triggers. Okay, I'm gonna put my hands over the mic and let's see. You'll hear a big scrumptious noise at first, but let's see if it cuts out the echo. You tell me if it does.
Every computer in the observatory has set itself to 6:07 a.m. June 6th, 1984. I don't understand what that means.
Oh, wait. So are we in a place that died in 1984, but the outside world isn't? What, Curry? What do you mean? What's the point? Like, if I just put my hands up near the mic, that's not going to block any sound out. Whoa. Wait, I want to see what the pictures are of. I know, Harpezian, yeah, but it isn't...
Aww. What?
That looks like the science lady at the science place, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I assumed you'd cup your hand around it about a centimetre away. Well, what would be the point of that? That wouldn't block out any sound. Yeah. Perhaps, I'll tell you what I'll do. For the next one, I'm just... a dome of clothing? What? I mean, no. No, it wouldn't. Try putting your hand somewhere near but not over your ear and you'll see that it doesn't really block much sound. What I'll do is, I can... I will unplug the USB cable out of the top of the microphone while dialogue is on, and then we'll see if that works. I don't... Oh. I mean, you'd think that this would be so... Because when you're talking on Skype, it automatically blocks out the sound of, like, everyone else's speech so that they don't hear themselves echoing back. You'd think the PlayStation would do that, given that, like, all games have speech in them. Where's your phone? Well, where's your phone? Well, where is it?
Good.
No. Well, that's very irritating. Oh, there it is. Look, it's just on the front. Just on the bonnet. Okay, so I'm going to try unplugging it now.
Got as far as the Harrington substation before we cut the lines. The interchange there just started dialing numbers at random.
And the symptoms you're seeing match those we've been tracking here.
Sickness, headaches, nosebleeds, eventual hemorrhage, then just light. Whatever the hell that means.
Then we've got to stop it before it finds another way out of the valley. Clive, you've got to order a strike.
What?
An airstrike. We have to kill it.
No. No, I don't agree. We've quarantined the valley, we've cut the lines. It's contained.
What if you're wrong? Are you happy to have that on your conscience?
Stephen, I said it's contained.
And I'm plugged back in. Oh! Oh! There's one of those swishy balls. So we can follow it. Yes, earlier we had, at the end of, towards the end of part one, the first video, I mean, we had a little conversation between people who were going, you do realise we're right in the blast zone if they decide to attack this. I'll follow you in a minute, ball of light. But I hear another phone going off. There. While I open it, just look at how good these environments are. Oh, what's going on with that loo seat? There's something weird in it. Oh, it's not a loo seat. It's the lid to that. The door. Yeah, I'm coming, glowy ball of light. Don't worry. Wait, where are you? I hear you, but I don't see you. Okay, and now to answer the phone and unplug the mic.
Sherlock, you copy it. Hello, Frank Appleton. Breaker Lost Cowboy, this is Travelling Sherlock. You copy, over. You daft bugger, Charlie. You don't do it when you're using the phone. You'd say this too seriously, Appleton, I'm telling you. It is serious. It's not larking about. You be listening to your number stations again, Frankie. It's not funny. It's serious stuff, and you should mind it. Now then, I'm assuming this is about a pint. I am going to the Whistler. My round, I think. I'll not argue with that. Frank, have you seen the sky? It's amazing. Don't think I've ever seen anything like it. I didn't realize we were off to a poetry recital as well, Charlie. Hello, Frank Appleton.
Hello. I've gone back to the headset mic now because Abby's working very, very hard. You'll have noticed a difference in our streams in the last few days because Abby is here, but she's being quite quiet, and that's because as I play the games, Abby's basically got to work. She's got a lot she needs to do in the next sort of week or two because we've got a deadline for sort of early September to get our comic finished, and she's colouring it now. Although actually she's working on something else at the minute, but there's other deadlines as well, that's the trouble. So for that reason, it's going to be mostly me for the next couple of weeks, and then Abby will come back for a well-deserved rest. Let's follow this little...
Play some Bloodborne.
And maybe to play some Bloodborne, yeah.
Said there was a problem with Ark. Said he couldn't get through to the vet, so I said I'd come round and take a look.
There's a lot of dead birds today. More here, too, poor little things. I've been trying to get hold of Steve, and he always knows what to do.
Got round here and no sign of either of them.
With any luck, the stupid creature will have run under a car. It's probably rabies.
Well, when the little ball of light pauses somewhere, it's always a good idea to explore where it pauses. So let's have a look around these people's house. It's making very strong noises over there. Perhaps it's got a cutscene for us. No, it's just waiting to guide us to the next place. But first of all, we're going to have a look. Uh-oh, oh dear, sad. They had a dog. Harvey. Harvey's gone to the Rapture. Do dogs go to heaven? And if so, what percentage of dogs go to heaven?
Oh. I like listening while I work. I like listening to games. It's nice.
Cairo says, huh, no thanks. We'll actually, I might enjoy you guys playing it, but I don't know what he's talking about, I'm afraid.
You blah blah?
Blob, blob, blob. You can hear, what, you can hear Abby now? Say something now, Abby.
Say something now?
Could you hear Abby then?
Might be thinking of earlier.
Yeah, you should definitely watch Abby playing some Bloodborne. No, she's not. She's quite a distance away. It makes sense that you can hear her very well, because you can certainly hear the game very well down the microphone, so... Oh, where's my little ball of light gone? I think it went this way. Oh, well, there we go then. No, I don't need to plug in the big mic for both of us at all. That'll make things easier. That said, the button for this is a switch on the side of a dongle halfway down the wire, so it's a little bit difficult to find. So there's always a few seconds of echoiness whenever there's a cutscene before I've managed to switch it on again. Anyway, hey, look at this lovely place we're in. Acoustics are fickle, says Kairu. I wouldn't rely on it. Dipworth Woods. Oh. Oh dear. We're going to get a little memory Harvey.
Come on, Harvey. Come on, Harvey.
Aww.
Oh no! Is this going to be them finding out for the first time that animals are dying? So they looked for Harvey.
We are seeing animals flying about now.
Yeah, well...
birds, and we've seen butterflies and stuff.
That's true. Maybe this is a lot... Oh. Yeah, definitely hearing voices in that.
Oh, shit. I told you it would get stuck.
Should have just taken the car. This was a stupid idea.
Moving here was a stupid idea, and I told you, Barbara said they've blocked the roads. You go and look then.
Wait, is that Harvey? Harvey? Harvey!
Harvey! Here, boy! Come here, boy!
Harvey?
Aww.
I know, poor old Harvey. Oh. Oh golly. I don't know how it translates across the stream, but the sound design in this thing is great. As is the visuals. This is great. This is really good. I can't believe anyone didn't like it. I think most people did like it, but there was the only reason I mentioned it at all is that there was a bit of a oh, it's not a game backlash to a few things at the same time as this came out, and this was one of the things that kind of...
It's just nice environmental storytelling, isn't it?
Yeah, really nice. Could your number be up?
Always good in games.
Yeah. Ah, so they started to catch on with that.
Mega Bob.
That's nice. It's all nice. What a nice place to be.
Oh.
Hello. Oh. Oh, it's a big one.
You have to stop this. Still sweet on you, Elizabeth.
He left. It's too late.
You loved each other long before she came along. It's just about making things as they should be.
Wendy, no.
It's not like you won't bump into each other anyway. One drink, what can that hurt?
One drink, maybe.
Oh, one drink, wonderful.
Bit of a busybody.
Yeah. Meddling old Wendy. Influenza leaflet. So they really thought it was just flu for a long time. Oh. Lovely sun effect there. Wow. Nothing to be found in there. Okay, how about down here? There's one. There's one. Let's pick up the pace a little bit, which is all I can really do. There's no... one of the things people complained about was that, beautiful though this game is, the walking speed is extremely slow. But it emerged that if you hold down the trigger, it gradually gets you faster. Oh, look, now! Here's someone who's had the coffee spluttery blood disease.
Oh dear.
Phone call from Steven. He wants to shut down the receiver. Something about instances across the valley. There's intermittent electrostatic discharges radiating out of Tower 6. All of the electrics on the main gate are blown. I'll find time to take a look once the data stream begins to calm down here.
Okay. Alright then. Ah. Which way are we going now? Up here? No? Is it coming towards me or not? No, it's going away. You know what? This is one of those games that would definitely benefit from 3D. I think they should make it compatible with the PlayStation VR headset thingy. Maybe they already have.
Should we go down?
Just leave it. We've got to keep moving.
Sean! We can't just leave him. He must be really badly hurt.
Jesus, Diana, we've got the kid in the car. We should just keep driving.
We can't just drive off and... Look! He's there. He's in the car. Oh, God, he's hurt. We've got to get down there.
I said, leave him. We've got to get out of the valley while we can.
Oh, my God, he's trying to undo his seatbelt.
There we are. He's fine now. Come on, love.
Oh gosh.
Oh dear.
Oh well. Gosh, what's happening? So
Everyone's trying to get away.
everyone's trying to get away. This guy swerved. He went through there. Oh dear, I wonder if there's anything to be found down here. I tried to hold the trigger to do my Witcher senses then.
Oh.
Oops.
Oh, something's gone through the windshield.
I'll tell you where something's gone. Something's gone to the Rapture. Is that his arm?
No, it's...
No, it's some tree. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. Oof, yeah. That's why I couldn't get his seatbelt off. It wasn't his seatbelt that was holding him on.
Stiviana's asking if you could turn on the subtitles.
Can I turn on the subtitles? There's a question. I mean, bear in mind that I really hate subtitles, so this is going to wind me up enormously. So I'll see how long I can bear it. Okay. That was fantastic. Are you telling me you couldn't hear through the Welsh accents there? Yeah. I know what you mean, actually. Yeah, I do find that when I do turn the subtitles on for stuff, I do tend to hear... Oh, there we go. I do tend to hear some stuff... Well, not hear. I, read some stuff that if I was just listening, I might have missed or gone past. But they're so distracting. It's like... suddenly that's... I might as well not have the picture up if there's subtitles, you know what I mean? I'm just looking at that. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to keep them on for long, because I'm just going to go absolutely bonkers. But let's see. Now, generally speaking... Well, it's not Welsh, the language. It was, Welsh, the accent.
They're all dead, Father. All of my nurses.
Here's Father Jeremy again.
Take your jacket.
I tried to be a good woman. A Christian woman. But I've been proud.
Just as the Lord forgave you, so should you. What matters is to try our best. God sees that.
come back to the
I'm
Echoes.
not so
Bye.
far from Stevens now. I need to find my son. It's what Eddie would have done.
Yes. I suppose it is. I'll say a prayer for you.
Thank you, Father. She loved you, you know, Mary. You helped her. I'm sorry if I judged you harshly.
It doesn't matter now. It's late. You should find a place to sleep. I'm sure when the sun comes up, everything will seem better.
You're right, Abby?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are quite acceptable subtitles. No problem with them. Although I wish they would... Honestly, the best thing would be if they actually came up where it says I fundamentally don't know how to stream on this. Instead of that, that'd be a great place for subtitles. Listen to this lovely music. Isn't that great? Not long after the game came out, about the same time as the game came out, this music started to sell like hotcakes on iTunes and the like. And I remember that there was some sort of controversy surrounding it where it sold enough that it was technically the best-selling classical music, because this counts as classical music, album of its time. But there was something about how they wouldn't let it be in the top of the charts. They wouldn't let it chart because of an old voting system that favours... Well, the way it was... I don't understand really exactly why this was, so I won't say for certain, but certainly the way that I heard it described was that it was because of old rules which technically are this, 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 and this, but the effect is... It was because she was a woman who composed it. Something about, well, this isn't an established classical composer, so we don't count it. And the counter-argument was, well, yes, perhaps she would be if you would let some young women do this instead of just old men. However, that might be a misinterpretation of a fading memory. Well, you could be quite right there, Kairu, so don't quote me on it, but I seem to remember there was, yeah, that the focus on it was like, you know, it's because she was a woman. But for all I know, that the many tweets I saw about it may have been themselves incorrect. And then there's on top of that me not quite remembering what the actual complaint was. But it's certainly worth looking up. There was some sort of interesting little story went on. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant sound design. Everything about that communicates what it is. It's like what I don't know about you, but I recognise that sound as the exact midpoint between tuning in a radio and an angel or something, and that is what it's trying to communicate.
Is everything all right, my dear?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm all right. It's just... Robert.
That man doesn't deserve you. I know everybody thinks I'm just a mithering old busybody, but someone has to say what everyone else is thinking. We both know that this marriage, it's not how things are supposed to be.
Are you talking about me and Robert?
Or is this really about Stephen and Kate? I suppose it is. I have to accept it. I know, but she doesn't belong here. You see that, don't you? There's a place for people, and this isn't hers. Oh. But I'm not talking about the colour of her skin. Don't look at me like that. What they do up there, it's not natural. There are some things we're not supposed to understand. I don't like her. And I don't like how Stephen is around her. He was a better man when he was with you.
Yes, I did. Yes, you're right, I did. Right, let's follow that lovely little point of light and see what other sad things it's going to show us. Okay, it seemed to get excited around here. Is there anything to see? Not especially. Where are we now? There we are. Oh, look, there's some of those infinity signs like was on the door. Hums. Hums. I'm coming, I'm coming. Yes, we are, aren't we, Kyrie? Could be. Oh gosh, look how nice everything is. Where's it gone? Still there. Can I make it turn into a memory by tilting my controller? There's some kind of tilting the controller mechanism that's very difficult to figure out, that sometimes affects these things if you just waggle your controller about, but not always. Oh gosh! There's a little train station. Oh, well, well, well. Oh gosh, there's one that's derailed over there. Oh! Alright. Well, it isn't moving, so I guess we're supposed to explore. I can't get in. Alright, I guess we're gonna... I do keep paying attention to you. You don't need to keep clamouring for my attention. You're very interesting, but I'm gonna go and look at the derailed train. Well, let's have a little look inside the station first. Does that count as a station? What would you call this? What do you call the little building at a station that's got all the levers in it? Do they still have levers? Probably not. Did they? There they are!
I lost my shoes, sir. There's arches on the green. They've taken my shoes, sir.
Howard? Howard Lantham! You open the door this instant, young man!
I lost my shoes.
Uh-oh, look. He's got it.
Now get up. Get up!
I lost my shoes.
What on earth are you doing here, Howard?
Stephen. He told me to stay in case Lizzie phoned.
Stephen, where is he?
What are you doing with those birds?
Concentrate, Howard. Where's Stephen?
He said we couldn't help them. He took my shoes so I'd stay.
Listen to me, Howard Lantham. You find your shoes and you get to the village. Find Father Jeremy. He'll give you some soup or something. Be off with you.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna find my son. Then I'm gonna ask him what on earth he thinks he's doing.
Well, so, hello to Bourbon Bob Jimmy. That's a good name.
Is his son the one married to the scientist?
That's what I'm wondering.
Is that why
Are they married?
I'm getting the hint that there's something.
But he used to be with the whoever the other one is.
Lizzie.
I'm getting some sound design from over there. I'm going to go and have a look at that derailed train again. Mr. Apple wants you to know he's leaving now. I'm terribly sorry I didn't realise that he was here. Bye, Mr. Apple. So, what would derail a train during an epidemic? Probably that the driver got the thing. Although it seems to have been derailed from the back. Does that happen? I suppose it doesn't. I mean, it's difficult to derail a train, whatever you do. I assume that they're fairly sturdily on the tracks most of the time. Time for a bit of a memory.
Howard, what's happened? Stephen, thank God. Listen, I need you to get to the junction box. See if there's a phone working. No, stay back. Don't come up here. Oh, Christ. Is that... Bloody idiot.
Where the hell did they think they were going?
I think they must have thought they could walk out along the line.
Well, there won't be any more trains now.
You're a callous bastard, Stephen.
Just pragmatic, Howard. Did you say there's a working phone in the junction box?
Sorry, I forgot to switch my mic on again. Gosh, so we think that some people were walking down the track and then they got hit by the train, and then Abby said,
I was wondering if it might be that Welsh couple from earlier.
which ones are they?
The ones that saw that guy who'd crashed.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, because they were saying we're just gonna have to walk.
yeah.
Oh, this is good, isn't it? Why would...
It's good. It's a bit grim. But
this
in a good way.
This is brilliant storytelling in a way that's immediately compelling. I'm exploring this story myself. This is great. This is really great. Give me more of these, not less. There's a noise coming from somewhere. We were talking when we were out together in the afternoon, like, I can understand why there are opponents of walking simulators, as they call it, such as, what's that one?
Gone Home?
No, I don't know because I haven't played that. I mean, the one...
Oh, Esther.
Esther, Dear Esther. I can see why that would be difficult for a lot of people. It was difficult for me. I don't think ultimately I was massively... I don't think I really enjoyed it. But this is an actual, like... this is like a lovely walk. And I don't see what the problem with that is. Especially when it's used as a very clever vehicle for telling story. I've been here, haven't I? The, you know, said with disdain, walking simulator, as if walking is a thing you shouldn't simulate. Like, I can't walk here, really, so I get to do it in this game. It's nice. I don't really see why that's inherently worse than a punching simulator or a being in a war simulator. I'm not really sure why anybody wants to be in a war. I can imagine why a lot of people would want to walk around a lovely place like this. Especially when a horrible thing's happening. Okay, I've doubled back on myself at some point. See you, Sarkeesian, Harpesian.
Bye!
I saw a Stivianus and Harpesian at the same time. And they became Sarkeesian by their powers combined. Yeah, Safari Simulator, that'd be cool. Then used to be a game where you traipse through a horrible jungle with none of the risks of diseases. Yes! And then hug all the animals. Yes! That'd be ace! Oh, I've gone and got lost. I need my little light guide back. Okay, so I've been up there and round and kind of back again. But should I go back or should I see if there's any further on to go? I'm going to try some further on. I tell you what, though. But that would require a lot of animation, says Kairu. And not just mocapped, canned human animation. Yeah, true. Well, what if all the lions can be ghosts like in this? Kynaston's Pond. Alright. Oh, listen to that. That's really good. Actually, I might have been here. Oh, yeah. What's that thing called? Abby, what's that game where the animals just sort of roll around and everything?
Everything, yeah. That looks great.
I've been here. Oh, there's my point of light. Oh no, that's the point of light that's just decided to stop. It's not crashed, is it? That's not a bug that it's stuck there. Right,
Hi, Matt.
Hello, Matt. Okay, so I'm going to carry on up this road. All right, Matt. So, yeah, I've not seen you in a while. So, the what's going on here is this is everybody's gone to the Rapture, and in it, everybody's gone to the Rapture. We don't know; they've just gone, and I'm just exploring this lovely, beautifully rendered Shropshire village, and we're getting little flashbacks to stuff that went on, and it's becoming increasingly apparent what happened. But we haven't really hit any big turning points yet. There's been this, what they thought was a flu epidemic, and then gradually it started to become apparent that it wasn't a flu epidemic.
And there's some creepy science-based...
There's some creepy science-based stuff. People are starting to blame the couple. There's a woman an American woman, who is the scientist on this stuff. She's now together with a guy who left a different woman for her, and this is all just gleaned from like little bits of conversation that you hear from. Oh, Abby, if you're trying, put the light on by all means.
If that's all right.
I'll hold that for you.
Thank you.
Abby's trying to.
Look at that picture. It's really come out.
She's working on something right now that she has to reference a book, and it's like nearly completely black in here. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Yes, there you go.
Okay, let's poke this radio. And let's get ready to switch off the microphone as I do so. Here we go.
Rachel, darling, I'm sorry about taping over your music, but that is your dad and I, in case you come home. I mean, I know Mrs. Graves is looking after you over there, but just in case you come home, we wanted to let you know we're going to head over to Barb's.
Evie!
Sam, I'm leaving a message for Rachel. Are you going to say hello?
Jesus Christ, Evie, we ain't got time for this. The bloody car won't start. We're going to have to walk.
Sam, shush, it's for Rachel in case...
Oh, this is interesting.
Everyone's getting together at the hall. Rachel's at the camp. She'll be fine.
Rachel, darling, anyway, listen, as I was saying, we're going to be at the village hall. We'll wait there for you. I think it's best if you just stay put and mind what Mrs. Graves tells you. We love you, darling. Bye.
You finished? Right, grab that bloody case and let's get moving. Come on.
So they're walking, so maybe it was them on the train track. I bet, says Matt, and I haven't seen anything about this game, so it's not a spoiler. This is wild, uneducated speculation that everyone is in another and I assume he then went on to say, I mention that only because I thought that was probably what he said. Yeah, they might be. Oh, also, we're in the 80s? We're in the 80s, or at least the recordings and all of the things that have been left behind are from the 80s, and some of those things include still smoking sort of cigarette ends. But did you hear how my voice went all posh there when I said cigarette ends? Because I was very consciously not saying fag ends, because there might be Americans watching who wouldn't understand. I was just talking about where Bilbo lives. But oh, I can't remember what I was talking about now. Never mind. Oh, there's a post box. It's nice, isn't it? A little post box. That is exactly what post boxes looked like. I wonder if the times are accurate as well. Last collection Monday to Friday, 5:30 PM, but Saturday, 8:15 AM. Whoa, is that a thing? That is not what it is now, I don't think. There's only 8:15 in the morning on Saturdays. Gosh. Oh, there's a bit of music going on. Yeah, there's no really good way of saying it, is there? You know what, instead, should we just abolish smoking? Should we just stop doing that? Oh! Here's a cutscene, sort of. He's got a can of paint and all.
Jesus! Come on, not now!
Might be the same guy, I suppose.
Jesus, come on, you bastard! Start, you bastard! Come on!
Did you put it back on?
Sorry?
Did you put it back on?
The microphone, yes, I did. So anyone who's just recently joined us, I'm having to mute the microphone whenever anybody talks because it picks up the dialogue so strongly that it echoes very, very loudly on the stream. Ooh. Just coming. I'm just being quiet.
Stephen, it's your mother. Answer me. Stephen!
Sad red dwarf sting there. I want letting into some bedrooms. There's one. How about this one? Oh.
What have you done, Stephen? Oh, Kate.
So Stephen and Kate, we've gradually learned that woman we just heard talking there is Wendy, who we suspect might be Stephen's mum.
Yes.
Kate is the scientist woman who she disapproves of him having got together with. And together they might be responsible in some way for this, or at least that seems to be the impression I'm getting from Wendy. I don't know if she's right. Okay, where's this radio that's going off? There it is. If I press these, we always get an interesting thing.
Logic to the pattern.
That's Kate, the scientist.
Response to me. It's alive. It's the only explanation.
And there she's referring to, of course, the little light we've been following around all this time. Well, there's a very realistic map.
Yeah.
That's exactly what maps look like in the UK. And I mean exactly, except for the orange bits are pink. I mean, unless that's just the kind my dad's into. There might be a certain kind of map that's pink, I don't know. Is that the light ball, or is that just a thing? Oh, it's the light ball that's casting a light under it. Alright, let's go and have a look. If we can read any of these notes. No, I don't think so. I think they're just sort of scribbly science. Scribbly science. That's the one, Ordnance Survey Map. That's what it's called. Singularity. There's some scribbly science. That's good, isn't it? Alright. Okay then. I don't know what Wendy found in this room that she could understand that she was going like, oh, Kate about, but well, we'll see. So this is really cool. This is starting to add up to a story where they did some science. They found this thing. And they perhaps did what I'm doing now, followed it around and just went along with it. And it disappeared everybody in a very creepy, spooky way. Creepy spook. What, everyone? Right, where's that garden I wanted to go into to find that bit of light? Oh yeah, that's possible, Blue Ocean. Yeah, that is possible. We don't know who we are. There it is. Well, I don't know. I don't know what that one's up to.
It was getting faster then.
Being led down a merry garden path, I think. Oh, can't get through there. Well, maybe, but... Oh, I wish you could be sitting in the middle of these speakers, Matt. There's a very good sound design going on here. I mean, I know it's fairly standard now for them to be, you know, good at locating things in spatial sound, but this game's doing it very well indeed. I know exactly where things are around me. I must be able to get through here. It looks like I really should be going there. No.
I think you should be able to do something with that. Oh.
Well, I think so, but I can't. Oh, oh! Was that it? Aha! Here's where I tilt it. Ah, see, if I tilt this is me tilting the controller to the right, and to the left, and to the right. And if I get it... Yeah, that's right, we found out that there's an angle where it rumbles there. I wonder if I can do this to the one up near the train. Whoa, that's a big one. Let's see what they say.
Stephen? I can hear the planes. It's the government coming to rescue us. You can come out now. It's all gonna be all right. I can hear the jets coming. It's like when Eddie came home. It's like your dad coming home again. I'm here. I'm down here. This way.
Whoa! Look at this!
This is killing me a little.
Yeah, no, Matt, the cast in this are absolutely brilliant, and they're all. Every time I look them up, they all say like, oh, you know, one episode of Holby City and this sort of stuff. I reckon these are all radio actors. I'm pretty sure. Like, basically, I want to sit my mum down in front of this and have her go like, oh yeah, she's from the Archers. Yeah, he's from the Archers. Because that's like a lot of a reasonable percent of my mum's life when watching or hearing any entertainment is going, he's from the Archers, she's from the Archers. She's a compendium of who's from the Archers. This is so good. This is so good.
It's beautiful. It's very moving.
God, this is so good. Do you know what's not good?
What?
I got a copyright thing on my upload from this morning because they claim on the background music.
Oh.
I think it's all right. I don't think it's, you know, I'm not going to get shut down. It's not a copyright strike or anything, but it's you get an email saying like, you've got a copyright thing, copyright claim thing, and it says, you know, well, it's all right. It's not affected your channel or anything, but you probably just have some adverts on the video, and that's fine. I don't mind that at all. I'm all for that. Go right ahead. I mean, I am like some people whose income comes from games, videos and stuff, Let's Plays. Obviously it's a much more thorny issue for them, and I have sympathy for that, but for me personally it's fine if they want to advertise on my videos. Just don't threaten me. Don't make it feel like I'm gonna, you know, get in trouble or lose my channel because of it or something. Have I just turned around and gone the wrong way? I feel like I have. Alright, well, let's just try this way. Yeah, isn't it great? And then at the end of this memory, you'll see we kind of fast forward back to the present time. So it's sort of back to daylight anyway. So you see all the shadows whoosh past as if it's in a very convincing approximation of sped up footage. Well, you'll see. Oh. Here we go. Watch the shadows. See that? Oh wait, no, that's just the lighting on this.
Who are we going to follow next?
I don't know. Hey, listen to that. I'm going to get the mic off for a moment. There he goes, look. And here we go, Kairu. There's been 2 or 3 tracks like this, and these are the ones that it was a particular named track, and I assume it was a moment like this that got claimed on.
Me.
Some folk won't let go, Reese, and they've got nothing better to do than to poke their noses into other people's business. There's nothing you can do about it, son.
I'm doing a good job. I'm working hard. I swear, Mrs. Graves thinks I'll start nicking stuff if she turns her back for a second.
Lizzie's all right. She's one of the good ones.
Yeah, well, she's not exactly honest with her husband about what she gets up to.
None of that. You're angry about people judging you. Don't be so fast to judge others.
I'm sorry, Frank.
Keep your gob shut, your nose clean, and your head down. Do you think you can manage that?
Gob, nose, head. Got it.
And steer clear of that Rachel girl. If I've seen you two making eyes at each other, then so's her dad. And you don't want Sam Baker coming round after you. Now,
that's Sam, isn't we? Well, so this is the most archery bit so far, obviously. I mean, there's a literal tractor right here. And it seems like they were just... I mean, this everyone's gone to the Rapture theme. There's no suggestion that everyone's been, you know, raptured in the American sense, but they have left their lunch behind. Like, all of the actual stuff that the people had in these memories are still there, as if they were just spirited away right in that moment. Look at these daisies. Look at that. The Nost, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, you know, I wasn't really joking there. I meant, of course, in the Christian sense. But, you know, my parents are Christian. They never once talked about people getting raptured the way that you hear out of Americans. Oh, it's a shame. These little berries. This is great. This is lovely. I'm in a lovely little place. Oh, this is great. Let's follow the dancing light. Oh, here comes one. A big one.
Can you see the observatory from there?
That's over the ridge, just past the windmill. You want to live near the station in case you need a quick getaway?
Something like that. So you and Steven, I'm sensing there's not a lot of love lost there, huh?
That's between him, me, and the cows.
You're gonna have to explain that one for me.
It's nobody else's business. Look, you seem all right to me. You don't want to worry about that lot in the village.
Provided I'm left alone, I'm happy. Steven's the one who likes to be at the center of things.
No change there, then.
Francis Appleton. You are a bad man. No wonder your sister won't talk to you.
There you go, look at that. Lovely effect there. Stop. Come back. Things are getting spooky. It's just playing with us now. Just having a nice time with us. Well, you're very nice, and I'm starting to think you murdered everybody. You seem to be some sort of weird light spirit that came out of everyone's blood and is now flying around containing their memories. And that's nice, but...
Is this going to be like end of Evangelion, where everyone turned into goo?
Everyone turned into goo.
The same goo.
The same goo. It's the same goo. Oh, wait. That was a, Oh, what? Oh, steady on. That was a song called... What was it called? Can't remember, but it was the B-side to Love and Pride by King. Oh, let's see what this is.
Under the microscope, you could see how the light was following the cellular structure of its wings. The neural simplicity of the insects seems to prevent a full-blown infestation, so there's none of the hemorrhaging I'm seeing in the birds. But Steven's wrong. This isn't an attack. It's a byproduct of the attempt to communicate.
Oh!
It's getting smarter. It's learning as it adapts. I'm confident of a breakthrough soon.
So we have a little light thing, a little magical light ball that's trying to communicate, but it's so alien that what? The way it's trying to communicate is by flying through people and collecting their memories, and it kills them or something. Yeah, you're right there, Matt. That'll be it. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's nice. I was just showing me a thing she's doing. What?
James likes the pictures in frame.
Oh, good. Okay, there's the next one. It's over by that. Is that caravan? Yes. It's a caravan. It's one of those caravans you used to see everywhere. I don't know if they're still making them exactly like that, but that's very much a staple sight of the olden days. Yeah, hello, Ninja Squirtle. Sorry, I've come across all archers. We're exploring a very nice place where something really horrible happened for nice reasons, and it would appear that this thing here may be the reason everyone's gone. They've gone a bit sort of dead.
I think it's weird.
It seems to have sort of collected and harvested them. It might be happier in the form of a pulsating ball of pure energy, but you never know. Sorry about my sporadic camera flailing. It's because I'm trying to activate the mechanic where you tilt your controller and it does things to the light ball, but doesn't seem to be working right now. Oh. Aha, in here. Never been inside one of these, in a game or in real life. So this is what they were laid out like. Oh gosh, that's making quite a noise, isn't it? Here we go! And for those who are just joining us, I switched my mic off during the dialogue so that it doesn't echo.
For anyone out there. Hello? Breaker 19. Breaker Travelin' Sherlock. Charlie, you out there? Over. Hello?
My family, my wife and kids. You know perfectly well what you've got to do. I can't do it. Don't ask me to do it. You're asking me to sign their death warrant. My own family. Damn it, don't you think I'm aware of that? I'll still be here when you drop the fucking stuff.
No.
Don't you lecture me about sacrifice, you spineless little shit.
Stupid bastards!
If you're so full of ideas, you come here and try dealing with it. Tell them the time when we had a choice is over. Tell them to do it. You've got to do it now.
Yeah, and this is another running story. They keep having these little discussions among themselves about some kind of retaliatory, you know, Operation Hammerdown situation.
So, do you think the light saved them from that, maybe?
Oh gosh. Well, we saw a fairly apocalyptic moment where Wendy was standing there thinking she was about to be rescued by the planes, which other stuff in the story implied were here to nuke them.
Yeah, but there's no damage to the buildings.
No, there's not.
So, I don't know.
And the thing is, as soon as that happened, and I can't remember what it was last time, but as soon as Wendy was standing there in what I'm fairly sure we were supposed to see as her kind of final moments, where she was going, "This will save me," and the implication was, "No, it won't. This is the worst thing that could happen."
It's a wee bit, where the wind blows, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Well,
that kind of melancholy.
At that moment, we were led through the dark forest by the lights, and I think we can imply that, you know, perhaps so was Wendy. Okay, so I think I'm supposed to go this way, just by the fact there's, like, you know, these little subtle symbols of the signpost pointing there and things. Which, so my gamer heart is saying that I'm therefore tempted to go everywhere else. But this is very well crafted, and I suspect we've probably... that might be that blue house again. You know, we might have already been everywhere. You know, like it's probably designed well enough that we find ourselves curling back around ourselves so that we don't actually miss much by following it.
What exactly have they done with this experiment? That's like, he was cursing them there.
Yeah.
How did he know what they've done to screw everything up? I don't know.
Well, I'm not sure he does he?
Well, he called them all bastards, didn't he?
Well,
stupid ones.
I mean, yeah, but that was because he was overhearing the sort of whatever it is, military radio, whatever it is, where they're saying. Because I'm getting the implication that someone who is either lives here or whatever is somewhere on the ladder of people who have to make the decision.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, maybe.
This was after, once he thought I could cope with knowing. Can I ever repay you for what you did?
She was a good woman, Frank.
The best.
You should come back to church. Back to the community. You're missed.
I hate him, Father. I can't get down on my knees and pretend otherwise. And I don't understand why you don't hate him too.
I try my hardest not to, Frank. Goes against the job description somewhat. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for. The conviction of things not seen. We have to trust him. Even when his methods are hidden from view. Maybe see you on Sunday.
Sorry.
This is really good.
This is really well written as well.
Yeah.
It's just really beautifully told.
This is great. Okay,
Think we're going to be crying at the end of this.
I think you might be. There he goes. Let's chase it. I mean, I say chase.
Try and find more phones and radios there.
Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, I'm stuck again. Am I? Can I get through here? I can get through.
That way.
Yes. Well, that's all I know. I don't know.
Matt, I think the way the wind blows is too much for everyone. It's a rough book and it's a rough animated film.
I've not seen it, you know. I read the book in the school library. Just on my own, like it wasn't, nobody told me to, it was just there and I was there, so I read it. Aha!
Oh!
That's our little alarm that tells us that Abby has to be up really early in the morning on a Tuesday, and so we should stop streaming. But it's not the case today!
Oh, I've done loads of work today. I'm really pleased.
Yeah. You've basically started and more or less finished 2 pictures that you didn't know what they were going to be.
Did a load of colouring.
And then did a load of colouring. Here we are again with wallpaper. We were just discussing earlier that in the 80s, which is where we are now, this is 80s UK, and this is a very accurate depiction of 80s UK. Right down to this particular kind of plastic box. We definitely had those. You had one of these, right, Abby?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Mum brought a couple of our old ones up recently with books in them. Oh, hello, there's somebody outside. We were talking about how
I need to find that radio.
gradually and subtly wallpaper has gone away. You know, it used to be just like a thing houses had, like doors and stuff,
Yeah.
but not anymore.
What is that?
I do not know.
Just an engine? A bit of engine?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, it's probably a tractor engine, isn't it? What with this lot being all tractory. Unless we've moved past the tractory people now. Hey! Hello, Fuzzy!
We're playing...
How you doing? We've all gone to the Rapture.
Yeah, we're playing a melancholy thing.
Yeah.
Hello!
Hello.
Hello to the Fuzzy Raid.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's something that we particularly need in our lives. It's just, you know, we used to have it.
Yeah.
Now we don't have it. Hello, fuzzy folk. Hello to the fuzzy folk. We're playing Everyone's Gone to the Rapture. If you could, do feel free and welcome to give us a good rating. But we're all quite sad and sort of downbeat at the moment because this is a very beautiful game indeed. And if you haven't seen it before, I recommend it. I don't know if Fuzzy's already done this one or not, but
it's good, Fuzzy. But
no, Fuzzy says she has not.
Oh.
If you're not one of the Fuzzy Raiders, by the way, this is our friend Fuzzy Freaks, who is a full-time streamy person, I believe.
Proper streamer.
Proper streamer. Oh, that's an infirmary bed.
Yeah.
That's the word, a hospital bed.
So clearly, this is someone at home being
cared for. Yes. Let's see what happens here.
Frank? We've not spoken since the funeral.
Ah, I see. Well, listen, I did rather wonder if you might do me a bit of a favour and check in on her, see if she's all right.
Dr. Wade, if they dropped the bomb, there'd be no left but cockroaches and Wendy Boyles.
It's a bit odd.
That's good.
There's an old chap, John Coles, regular visitor at Lakeside, went walkabout sometime last night. Now it appears Mrs. Boughton has done the same.
Enid? Well, that'd be clever. They amputated her leg last spring.
Yes, that's the thing. I've also got a surgery full of people with nosebleeds and headaches. The council are saying influenza. But
And magic light coming out of them.
5 years, and I'm not convinced. I just wondered if you might pop by and see her.
Even if I did, do you really think she'd let me in?
Fine. Forget it. I'll see her. Leave it to me. Oh, and Frank, call the hospital and get them to collect all this stuff. It's been 8 months.
So Frank is Wendy's brother,
right?
The last lady. Clearly, his wife's passed away recently. That's her.
Yeah.
Sick bed.
Yeah.
And he's kind of estranged himself from the community a bit.
Right.
But is so Stephen's his nephew. So he heard Stephen on the radio talking to military people, was it?
Oh, that was him in the caravan.
Yeah.
Hey everyone! Hi everyone! For the fuzzy folk, what's going on here is my name's Dave.
I'm Abby.
That's my wife Abby, and we are playing this lovely game. Everybody's popped off for a little bit of a rapture, and what it is, it's a game I've been really looking forward to playing for a long time. Finally got round to it, and it's just ever so spookly. It's a spookly, eerie game. Eerie spookles coming out of our ears.
Not a full-on spook. It's not.
Oh, but it's a.
But it's unsettling and a bit sad and.
It's really, 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 really good, and I recommend it. Yeah, we're going around this suddenly emptied village. Beautifully rendered, and we're following these lovely balls of light which appear to be something between...
Yeah, PS4 Fuzzy.
PS4, yeah. This appears to be... And in fact, if you've been on PS... What is it? Plus for a while, it was one of the free downloads a few months ago, so if you just sort of automatically do all of those, you might have it. But we're following this thing which is a cross between... just, you know, a normal, like, GPS system in a game that tells you where to go next. It kind of hints at where we should go, guides us gently along. So a cross between Navi, essentially, and the souls of all the people who have been left behind, and it keeps showing us little memories of the last things that happened in this village before something. Oh, is that right, Fuzzy? You do surprise me. Well, then perhaps you don't know, but I didn't know this, but, the PS4... Oh dear, is it? Oh, that's a shame. They do sometimes. That's nothing we can control. I was looking at some... If you can hear me even. I was looking at some of the Sonic streams we did recently, and like... You hear that? Was that in the game? Or not?
I think that was in the game.
Or did our sofa just start there was the Sonic streams we did. I was exporting them to YouTube, and one of them is just absolutely dreadful quality in every way, and then the next one is fine, and they happened like an hour apart. Yes, actually, there was some little skips where it just literally skipped. This is even in the recorded video on Twitch where it just skips past some stuff. Okay, where am I supposed to go then? This thing isn't moving. It's not guiding me anywhere. Perhaps I'm supposed to...
Is there a radio or a phone?
Can't just stop
Here we
the train,
go.
stop people travelling about the place. I don't like it, Frank. I don't like it at all.
And nobody likes it. No sense sweating cobs over it.
Folk all riled about it, giving me grief. I didn't stop the bloody trains, did I? And did they give me any warning? No, they bloody didn't. Yesterday, it's all like, keep 'em calm, Howard, minor disruptions, and today it's all government edicts and not until further notice, and you'll manage. Half the village has vanished.
It's a couple of people. It's hardly half the village.
Oh, right now. You forget, I've seen things. I was in the Falklands. I tell you, I got out the old air raid siren to test it this morning.
Air raid siren? What on earth are you going to do with one of those?
I found it in the station storeroom. Took it home, stuck it under the bed. Thought it might be worth something one day. Oh, damn it.
It's all right. It's just a nosebleed. Here, use my Yankee. It's clean.
Thanks, Frank, thanks. Been getting like a bloody drain all day.
Yeah.
More of the creepy...
Yeah, so they're all starting to have these nosebleeds that have got weird light travelling around in them. It seems to be that this thing... Oh, it's gone. Is getting into them and disappearing them. And I guess I'm only just now really noticing that they're disappearing gradually. There is no big rapture moment. One by one they're going, and we're...
slowly starts...
We're being guided through the final, like, moments of these different people's lives. We've had 2 people already. The last one was extremely dramatic, and the sky went all dark and starsy.
Well, it seems like it all started when something happened in the sky. They've all talked about, oh, something was in the sky, there was some kind of crazy light show that people noticed, and then after that, people started getting nosebleeds and vanishing slowly, and... The birds started dying.
There's one up there. It's not going to let me hop over this fence. Maybe I can get through there.
The character we were following was the priest, wasn't it? Vicar, I don't know.
They might have done that.
Right, radio. Where is it? There it is on the chair.
Yeah, I see it. I was just reaching for my mic mute button because nobody wants to hear the echoey sounds.
All the power spiked with the last discharge and then went out again, and I could see the aurora dancing around Tower 6. At the same time, the headache intensified, and I think I began to hallucinate. Old and new memories are clashing and tumbling around me. We're on the cusp of a breakthrough. I can feel it.
Turn your sound back on.
I have.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, these, of course.
Oh yeah, you've got to see a few of those.
Yeah. Sometime around... This is what they used to look like in the 80s, but then sometime not long afterwards they started to wrap them all up in sort of black sheets, didn't they?
I used to think they were like poops left by a giant rabbit hopping around the farm.
Are you sure you thought that? And you're not just thinking of the story I was about to tell you?
What?
Mike once convinced a younger child that that's what it was. That there was a giant rabbit hopping around in the farm.
To me.
I guess great minds.
Oh, I don't know now.
I know, it's one of those...
Oh.
What if I've implanted that memory in you?
What if I implanted it in you?
Well, that's possible, but it's weird that, like, I've implanted it, if that's true. It was like Mike telling me he told another child it, rather than something I thought. But yeah, I suppose. That is the... Yeah, imagine.
Bloody observatory gate failed. I came to see if I could borrow a ladder.
Bloody hell, there's a 12-foot drop the other side of that wall.
I'm old, but I'm not useless, no. Can I borrow the ladder?
No one said you were useless. Reese?
Hi, Frank.
Fetch Gurn the ladder, will you, lad? It's round the side of the barn.
Will do.
And you be careful. I don't want Stephen Appleton coming mithering round here because you've broken your neck.
Fuzzy convinced her kid that they were cow eggs.
Aww.
Nice. Hey, do do For some reason, I apparently think any windmill is from Thomas the Tank Engine. Well, it was a very iconic image of a windmill. I mean, that opening shot from Thomas was gorgeous, wasn't it?
That's a perfect description. X-Files meets the Archers.
Oh, you're right. That is exactly what this is. Matthew. Matthew 64. The Cairo, we were talking about the these hail bays, no, these hay bales, and how they, you know, in the 80s they used to look like this, but then they started wrapping them up in presumably whatever makes these started automatically wrapping them in like black tarpaulins, and hence the droppings of a giant rabbit or the eggs of a weird cow. Oh, where's a way through this? You're making such pretty noises. Oh wow, they're wrapping up hay bales now, says Kairu. What do you mean? Yeah. I mean, it might not be universal. It'll probably just be a particular popular make of, like, whatever it is. Is it that thing? Is that what wraps up hay bales? It's a weird way to catch fire, Kyron.
What the hell are you doing?
What are you up to?
Get out of my way. This is important.
You've been with Lizzie. You mess with her, I'll knock your bloody block off,
I
son.
need to track the pattern. It's critical.
What are you talking about, Stephen? People are sick. Birds are dying. My cows are dead.
They're laying really weird eggs.
Still up at the tower for all I know. I could recalibrate the radial coordinates on the primary oscillators. If that holds up...
Stephen, where's Kate? What's going on?
Just keep out of my way.
I haven't paid enough attention to hay bales recently to know whether they still wrap them up, but they certainly did in the 90s. I remember that happening. Okay, so he's gone off that way, but I was already heading this way. Maybe I'll try this, see if there's a little light ball, and if not, then I'll go back and follow him on his way to the observatory. Although something tells me there's enough of these that wherever you go there's something, and that you always miss some stuff in a playthrough, you know?
Maybe. It is pretty creepy.
Yes, I thought I heard that.
Fun.
But I can't get through here. To answer it. Oh. Okay, I can't go there, so I might as well follow that light ball there. Gosh, this is nice. What a nice game. I love this. I love this.
Fuzzy freaks for a second then. I thought you were saying that you can walk 10 minutes and tip cows. We don't see cows enough in the city, do we?
To be honest, I'm having a very similar reaction to this. It's not... I don't have family with this accent. But just how well rendered this bit of the UK is
think it's telling you to go in the barn.
Eerily familiar. I can hear someone else talking.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm switching off the mic for dialogue. Oh, no dialogue until I can get this right. You tilt the controller around.
Maybe stand further back. That helped last time.
Until you start. Well, what maybe, but what mostly helped was that I started doing it right. You tilt the controller about until you start to feel it shudder a bit. And then you've kind of lined it. Essentially, I think they only put this mechanic in because they were worried people would say it wasn't a game, so they put a bit of game in, you know. Oh. There we go. Let's see what they have to say.
You never mentioned anything about them sickening yesterday.
I checked them last night on the way back, and they were fine. I woke up this morning and the whole lot had gone.
Oh, flipping heck. All the cows.
Have you heard any birds today?
Well, I've not really been paying any attention.
That sister of mine reckons they're dropping out the sky all around the Wrekin. And Dr. Wade reckons there's sick folk all over the village.
Meg said not to bother trying to get deliveries out. Set the quarantine in the whole valley. I reckon it's best we just sit it out. It'll all come right, Frank.
This'll all come right?
Yeah, right. I am sorry about your cows, Frank. But when things settle down, they'll see you all right. There's got to be provision for this sort of thing.
You want to listen to the radio more? Things don't seem like they're settling down at all. I tell you, Charlie, something big is happening.
You ought to listen to the radio more, and you'd recognise us from the Archers. Probably. Oh, so you got a comedy farmer accent, Fuzzy. I've never noticed. I think I'm walking unusually slowly right now. There we go, speeding up again.
I don't know what happened. It just died on me.
Give it another go.
Oh, I only just put petrol in it as well. Robert's taken the other car into town. I wish he'd get back. He promised me that he'd be back this morning.
You think he's off on another bender?
Oh, I can't police him all the time, Frank. He's not a child.
What's going on, Lizzie?
Nothing.
You're seeing Stephen again, aren't you? You two can't keep pithering on like this.
Pithering on?
Hasn't already worked it out. He soon will.
Oh, not if he carries on drinking the way he is. Shit. Pardon my French, but bloody shitting thing. Why won't it start?
Come on, I'll give you a lift.
That's nice, isn't it? Right. They're just going off for a bit because I've now had a couple of moments where I've read ahead accidentally what they're about to say, and it really annoys me. But anything you can't hear, I'll tell you roughly what they said. Well, what a nice soundtrack it is. Isn't this lovely? I suppose you can't hear it very well because you just hear it echoed back through the mic and or with me speaking over the top of it, which I have to do to stop it echoing, which is a shame. Oh, I think I saw a little... I think I saw a glimmer. There's one. Blum, blum, blah, blah, blah. Lizzie. Okay, so we've had the story of whoever that was.
Is that the end of Frank's story?
It didn't really have a big finale, did it, like the others, so... Do you think I missed something?
I don't know. I think it'd be hard to miss the big story points. So Lizzie's Stephen's ex.
Right. Is she? Right.
But she's married to someone who keeps drinking all the time. And Wendy was trying to encourage her to get back with Stephen. Because she didn't like Kate, who's the scientist and American.
They've closed the lines. Weren't you listening to the radio? Because of the flu.
There is no flu, Lizzie.
Oh, Christ, Stephen, I'm not stupid. Of course there's no flu. But the stations are still closed.
There's an access footpath that runs alongside the main tunnel. You can get out that way. They won't have thought of it.
You know what's going on, don't you?
You can't use the phone anymore.
What, like you're not using one right now?
Funny. Listen. Just don't use the phone after this. No TV or radio either. It can hide in the signal.
You make it sound like it's alive.
I don't think we have a word for what it is. Just promise me. Don't tell anyone. Pack quietly. Meet me at the station tomorrow, all right?
I feel awful lying and leaving all these people here.
It was a brilliant idea about the show. Top marks for that, you clever thing. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Sorry.
And just after I switch off the subtitles, something important that we couldn't make out what they said. It was a clever idea about the share. The share. Anyway, so now we've established that this... Oh, that's a nice little desk that we've got there. Look at that. We've now established that it can go down wires. TV signals, even. I think. Did they say that? Certainly phone signals. Huh. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think it was share. Great idea about the share. Brr. God, the sound design in this is so good. I keep thinking stuff's real. Oh. This game's great. What a lot of content. I was expecting this to have been over, like, an hour ago or more. This is ace! Right, let's go to the next. It's coming on for 9:30 now. Let's go to the next save. Which just sort of happens sporadically. Okay, there's been 2. That looks like one of the follow me ones. But wasn't there another one hanging around it? I'm not following that. I want to explore this little area. It's great. Look at this bunting. Love me a bit of bunting. Oh, there it goes. Going off in all sorts of directions. Okay, so I'm supposed to... Oh dear, Fuzzy. Get well soon.
Take care, Fuzzy.
Yeah. That is what bunting is, yes. Oh, now where are we? Oh! Oh!
Town hall?
Yeah.
With a stage?
Yeah, we have one of these. Never got to be on that stage.
Oh.
It never occurred to me to try to be. They'd probably let me on now if I went and asked. They have a panto each year. They're probably hurting for staff members, cast members. It's like every year they put a panto on, and it's, you know, the mums and stuff.
That's kind of sweet as well, though.
Yeah, I reckon you'd like it. Listen to that. You guys aren't hearing how good that sounds, but get yourself a surround setup and. Is this place a campsite or something, or is this what rural villages are like? No, this is what they're like.
Yeah, this is definitely what they're like.
Yeah, this is the town hall. Ooh.
contain the outbreak of influenza. Please remain calm and indoors. Local community leaders, head teachers, scoutmasters, and members of the clergy will act as your representatives during this period. Be sure to report any symptoms of illness.
Okay.
I'm guessing people were staying here when...
Yeah,
really
look at these
kicking
little beds they've set up, yeah.
Think of that bit in Call the Midwife when the bomb was found in
Yeah.
one episode. It's me showing my age a bit.
What?
It's a bit of an old fogey thing.
What is?
So Call the Midwife.
Oh, what, just having watched Call the Midwife? No, I have watched Call the Midwife with Abby. We're out about that, I think. And then we stopped, and there was no real reason we stopped. It
I
just
don't know, it got a bit generic after all.
did get pretty generic. I think it always was. It's just that we were in the mood for something that wasn't going to make us angry or stressed every night, like cool dramas do.
Yeah, I'm still not in the mood for Better Call Saul yet.
No, we tried watching Better Call Saul, but it was...
Better Call Saul.
There's just so many times I can watch a man fail and ruin his life and have nowhere to go, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to watch upbeat things at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, that said, you know, that's not what that series used to be like either, so I'm sure if we just give it more of a chance, it'll get back to telling a story. It was just that one episode. I just don't like I don't like anything where the joke is, oh, look at the man. Like, it opened with this long sequence of him being depressed because he had a terrible job. And it's like, well, first off, loads of people watching have that job and might not want to feel depressed about their lives. And second off, I don't know, get off. I'm watching TV. I don't need to see a guy with a bad job. You know?
Yeah. It's been spooky here and there quite a few times.
If I'm honest with you. I've been sleeping in one of the empty chalets. Otherwise, we just sit there in silence. And then he goes off and pretends he's not drinking from one of his secret little stashes. And I pretend I ain't noticed. And then when we go to bed, it's all I can do not to scream. I don't know why we're still together. Except I do. Still love him.
You remind me of Mary when she was your age. If we'd had a daughter, I'd have been proud if she turned out like you.
You don't have to say that.
Just talk to Robert. Tell him you know he's drinking again. You two can work it out together. I know you can.
I wish I had your faith. I just don't want to be the person who stayed because they were afraid to move. I know you can't dwell on the past. I know that, but sometimes you do just think, don't you? What if the accident hadn't happened? I could have been anywhere right now, rather than stuck here, rehearsing Peter bloody Pan and fixing tumble dryers for the umpteenth time. Oh, Frank, you are an angel.
Don't be daft. You're still young, Lizzie. You got plenty of time to be whoever you want to be. Just don't keep using that leg of yours, or that husband, as an excuse.
This is really good. Matt, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I'd forgotten about the sign saying pool and stuff, so I guess it is some kind of little area like... Look at this fella!
That's where Liz works.
Don't see him so much anymore, do you?
Hey! Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, man, they've really got the era
Yeah.
down, haven't they?
Yeah, he's the guy that we used to draw before we drew that S thing.
Looks like one of the earliest memes, isn't it?
I think, yeah.
Well, earliest modern memes. The Romans were doing memes long before we were.
Well, yeah. Has anybody noticed a little save spinny recently? Kilroy, that's his name. Kilroy was here. This is an unusually empty little area, even for a whatever this is. I guess this is,
yeah,
because it's such a nice place. This is where the tourists come and have their little holiday cabins.
Idea. Yeah, I think it's in there. Oh no. Oh dear.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's so good. And they've put in the detail that the butterflies are fine. We've already noticed that, haven't we? Okay then. Let's see.
I tried to leave the observatory, but couldn't. I stood at the gates, but couldn't conceive of a world outside. The strangest feeling.
Don't know what that is, but I want to go on it.
Stephen, everything was simply irrelevant. An idea of something, not a something itself. I'm losing track of time. Of whether I'm asleep or awake. My fingers have gone numb at the
Look,
tips.
they've got a packet of fascist Daz.
They still feel. But what they feel is no longer for me. Like the signal has been hijacked.
So something's happened to Kate in particular, it seems like.
Yeah. I mean, unless that's just her description of what it's like when it starts on you. I mean, yeah, but I've never played on one of those Simon things. I've never seen one in real life. I understand that they exist, but that's all. Upsy downsy. I mean, I'm really just looking for a save now. Come on, little save thingy. I mean, I'm sure they were here, I just, for whatever reason, happened not to have encountered one myself. Oh. Oh, lovely storm sounds, aren't they? Really well made. Oh, by the way, I didn't say this before. Oh, I hear one. Where are you? Where? Ah! Where have you gone? Is he over there? I don't know. Ah, there! I didn't tell you this before, folks, but we're now... What do you call it? You know, our Twitch account has been upgraded, and I don't know what that means. So there you go, but it has been anyway. Well, that usually means it wants us to have a look around where we are somewhere, but I think I already have. I've looked in here, haven't I?
No.
Oh, here we are. Yes.
You ever seen anything like it?
Yes, I noticed that.
They must be well happy at the observatory place. They're probably all partying there right now. This is right, boss. It is. Right, that's me. Short leash. Kids up half a night, bloody teething. Missus will kill me if I'm gone too long. Good night, mate. Night.
Okay.
That seems like them watching the thing in the sky that happened.
Yeah. Hey, if anyone notices the autosave treely in the corner, do let me know. Yeah, that was great. Where'd our little twizzly friend go? Where'd you go, Twizzly? Oh. Oh, I'm stuck. There you are. Oh, lovely sounds. Aha, this looks like it's going to be a big one. Let's do a bit of tilting. Here we go.
You shouldn't be smoking, you know. Not in your condition.
Stephen's fault. He got me started again.
I'm not going to try and stop you, but the weather's looking pretty rough. There's a storm coming.
That's what Stephen said. He said he'll meet me, but there's things he has to do first. He seems to think that all of this is connected to him. I don't know. I'm going anyway, whether he comes or not.
I'm assuming Stephen has thought of a way through the quarantine.
Well, he's clever. You can't give him that.
Do you trust him, though?
Well, I love him. So I'd hope that was good enough.
I hope so, too. Listen, if you can't get through, for whatever reason, I'm getting people together at the village hall, rounding up stragglers, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I've got all the campers together here, doing a show. Peter Pan. The kids love it. It'll take their minds off things. Hey, did you see that?
Music's getting a bit really spooky now.
Saving. There we go. There we go.
Guys, we're going to stop for now.
Just in time. Oh, it's actually it's only 20 to 10, you know. How about we have a little bit of Knuckles before bed?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, there we go. What a great game, guys, right? Everyone's gone to the Rapture, isn't that brilliant? Oh no, says Matt. Oh no, he say. Oh, look at this. There's been a little painting place. Well, this one's actually bothered to do the painting. They haven't. This one has. And yeah, it is a different painting. Details, details, details.
It's really nice.
Yeah. Why not, Matt? This is a great game. I think you should play it yourselves. Because who knows what I've missed that you guys might find, you know? Because I'm just going my own way and wandering about. Okay, so I'm now going to stop this and play some Sonic Mania before bed. I think that means I have to quit the stream in between. Honestly, it'll make it easier for my uploads to YouTube anyway. So I'm going to stop this stream, but then I'm going to immediately play Sonic Mania. So if you're at twitch.tv/DemonTomatoDave, which I assume you are if you're hearing me now, then just stay there, and I'll see you in a second, but with some Knuckles. Bye-bye! That's not how to do it. It's tricky to switch the broadcast off. Bye-bye! See you in a second. Like, literally, I will just immediately open the next game and just start again. So, see you then.